you doing to me?
What?
You remember which breaker turns this off?
Wait. No. It was an eventful weekend. My buddy Kevin came up, and he and Jen and I put in the new air conditioning heating system in the shed. Yep, I told you things were changing, and it's pretty cool. Take a look. It's 77 degrees in here. It is running right now. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's churning out heat because it's cold outside, and it's maintaining a beautiful, balmy 77 degrees in the shed. Yeah, it's pretty cool. How did that happen? Well, it was a lot of work. It actually took 5 hours total between all of us working. We also took a little break for lunch, but it was about 5 hours. Started at 9:30 and ended around somewhere around 2:30. But that was cleanup and everything, so it's probably less than 5. But it was pretty cool. As you can see, it's pretty awesome. Temperature, beautiful in this room. And we tried cooling and heat, and they're both stellar. Got this fancy remote that controls it all, and it's got timers and everything. Heat and cooling, it's pretty sweet. But the question really is, how did it go? Well, I took little video snippets all the way through, so this will be a little bit of a montage, but you'll see each step of the way, and I'll try to fill in the cracks with some explanation about what we're doing. But this thing cost on Amazon, this unit, it's a 9,000 BTU CNH, and 9,000 BTU does a room about 200 to 250 square feet. This room is 120 square feet, so no problem. And that's kind of what it's a little small of a room for that big a unit, but they don't make anything smaller. So, but you don't want to make it equal. So if this unit shouldn't really go into a 250 square foot room, is my understanding. You want to put it somewhere in a little bit smaller room. But so far, it's been 24 hours. It's awesome. Just a constant nice heat, and you can't hear anything. Yeah, I hear cars more than I hear that. That's amazing. You know, I had a heater in here. Actually, I still have it in here. That little guy, super noisy in comparison. It's probably 5 times as loud as this. You can barely hear this thing. And the unit outside, the compressor or the other side of the split, barely any noise. The fan's just going because it's doing heat. So that's not going to work that hard. In the air conditioning time, it got a little noisy outside, but not inside. This is the noise. This is it. This is awesome. Let me show you how we got here. Cleaning the ends?
Yeah, it's a deburring tool. Basically just does this, right?
Pretty slick. It just gets all the stuff out of there. everything. See, all the connections are done. All the way up, we got power, we got drip line, we got the 2 lines for the unit. We're gonna pressurize those now. And then we gotta work on the power drop here, which will have its own separate cutoff, which will be good. So that's some nice footings. All set.
So we went from 0, and you see how we're going backwards. So we're starting to pull a vacuum through it.
Okay. You're just getting the remnants of it?
Yeah. So we're going to pull a vacuum, about a negative vacuum into here, which will pull everything else out of it, and then we're gonna let it run for maybe 15 minutes, and then we will close it all back off, and then release the Freon, and it's done.
So you want me to turn this switch on?
Yeah, that'll power on the unit.
So we got.
It's not gonna do anything until you turn it on.
Until the inside, right?
Until the inside.
Unless something bad happens. How the heck do you get... There you go. I heard a beep. Did you hear that beep?
Yeah.
This has numbers on it, but that's just because of the batteries. So I will turn this on. We just push the button, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
What was the light on that?
What's it doing? Cool mode. Oh, that's some cool air.
Then the mode, so it has a defrost and then a heat.
So full blast.
Oh, but you have it on cool.
Oh.
Oh, but that's the fan speed.
That's it? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's full blast fan.
That's not barely any noise.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get it to turn on. It's
Okay, here we go. 62. That's gonna make it go a little bit more.
it'll take a second for the see if the compressor shows up.
Wow, it's very nice temperature. Feels good. Super quiet.
Yeah, and that's on full blast. Ours, like the heater, I leave it on auto fan, and it like runs on low. Like you barely hear it turn on.
And so this is the finished system. See, it's running. You can kind of hear it, right? Yeah, I hear cars more than that. But yeah, as I showed you, there's the units going up. Those are all the lines and the power and the drain. And then Kevin did a nice little manual switch, that box, so we can shut it off if we have to service it ever. It's pretty slick. Little tricky. I don't think Jen and I could have done it on our own, but still awesome. Super, super awesome. This thing is quieter than our heater, our gas furnace. It's easy. You can target it. You can have each room its own temperature if you want to do like 1 compressor to 3 fan systems, 3 wall units. It's amazing. Highly recommended. And it wasn't that hard. Also, it wasn't that hard because Kevin had done it before. If Jen and I were doing it on our own, probably would have been a lot harder, but totally worth it. I'll have a link down there for where I got it. I'm not getting anything for it. I don't do any of that. So you guys should check it out though. It's pretty slick.